Hello, it's Kylie, I'm back. And Jamie.
Hello.
I am officially a married woman now. Oh, it's crazy and amazing and exciting. But we're so happy that I'm back. I'm happy I'm back. I think Jamie is too.
We're so glad to have her back.
But we're back with Courageous Beauty, a girls group for conversations about self-worth and healthy relationships. And we're back to answer questions. So today, well actually first, where do we get our questions?
We get questions from schools, we get them from girls group, and we get it from Curious Cat. Check it out. Submit anonymous questions.
Yes. And interestingly enough, today's question we got from YouTube. One of the videos that we got done a couple, I don't know how long ago, it was called What Were You Wearing? And it just addresses the question of, if somebody has been raped, and the survivor was wearing something others might see as inappropriate or suggestive, did that person ask to get raped? That's what the video addresses. But we had 2 comments on that video that were asking more specific questions about things like, what about harassment? Like, are you asking for negative attention like that even by what you wear? And what about people in athletics who have to wear smaller clothing or tighter clothing or more revealing clothing, whatever? Like, are they asking for inappropriate reactions, or is it like appropriate in that context for a woman to wear clothing like that? So we wanted to address those questions, and since they're both kind of geared toward just this idea of what does modesty have to do with the picture, we're going to approach it that way. So with that, Jamie, would you like to share some of your thoughts on this?
Yeah. So first of all, does it ever, is it okay ever for someone to treat you like that? No.
No.
No situation is it ever okay, no matter what anyone's wearing, no matter what.
They're
Not
responsible
okay.
not to behave that way toward
Yeah.
you.
Second, it is good to be aware of the situation that you're going to be in, the people that you're going to be around, the environment of this, and the society.
Yeah, the cultural context.
This cultural society, unfortunately, is very sexualized, especially towards women.
Yes.
Their bodies are constantly sexualized all the time. So
we need to be aware of that.
Yeah.
When we're dressing, because when we choose to wear certain revealing clothing, in this culture, we are perceived sexually. So we need to be considerate of our context.
Because it may promote a certain result, and to understand that and know that is good.
Yeah. So in no way are we condoning anyone who behaves inappropriately toward you, because they are fully responsible for themselves, and yet at the same time we are responsible for what we communicate as well. With that in mind, the fact that our culture is very sexualized, we have to recognize we are responsible for not only the words that we communicate, but the way that we present ourselves and the communication that carries with it. So do you have to dress in a swimsuit, or a snowsuit everywhere you go? No, because regardless of what you wear, even if you're wearing a burqa, you might still receive negative attention in this way. We're not talking about trying to hide your body, but what we are talking about is context has a lot to do with what would be appropriate and what might garner more negative attention than other things. So let's talk about the athletic part for a second, because I think this brings to a head what we're talking about. You want to share on that?
So it's very appropriate to be wearing tighter clothes for sports events, because in the Olympics and stuff like that, your time is very important, right?
One
So
fraction of
wearing,
a second might be what
wearing
tells
heavy
you whether you
clothes
get first place or not.
might restrict you.
Right.
So people assume that you're not going to be wearing snowsuits. That sort of a thing, So it's very less likely that someone is going to look at you in your sports equipment clothes lustfully and sexually, because it is assumed that you are dressing for the reason of the sport. Now, outside of the sport, that's when it's not so clear why you are dressing that way and what you're looking for. Is it okay still? No. But it's a little more confusing.
Yeah, and I think the commenter made a pretty good point as well, because she's like, it's hard to tell sometimes. You'll go into a gym and you'll find all these ladies in the gym working out, and they're wearing like next to nothing. And some of them you can tell, oh, these girls are doing this because they want to get healthy. But sometimes it really seems like they're doing it just to get attention. And honestly, we can't know your heart. Context has a lot to do with it, but your attitude and the way you present yourself has a lot to do with that as well. Is your intention to get attention, or is your intention to do better what you do? So here is the main question. What are you going to do about this? How much responsibility are you going to take on what you choose to wear? Because there's two options.
Right. One, you could say, it's all on them. I'm going to wear whatever the heck I want. I'm going to wear a sports bra and sports shorts when I go to the grocery store, and it's going to be what it's going to be.
And if they've got issues and they're giving me negative attention, to heck with them, I don't care.
That's fine. You could do that, but you have to be prepared to be okay with the results of that and what that may attract. Or you could look at it the other way and go, I'm going to protect myself a little more than maybe I should have to, but I'm going to.
Right.
I'm going to be very careful in the clothes that I wear when I walk this way, when I go to this place, when I'm around these people. And you could take that responsibility on yourself too.
So there really is no right or wrong answer to this. The number one thing is be aware of your cultural context, your environmental context, your presentation, your attitude, and possibly the people that you might be around.
And if you ever have been harassed, not your fault.
Yes,
Ever.
Agreed. 100%. She's got it. Yes, not your fault. So that's how we approach our question. I hope that you found it helpful. If you have more comments, suggestions, questions, you can feel free to comment below, or you can submit a question in the Curious Cat account. All our information is below. And we'll see you guys in the next video. See you next time.